time when. Chippewa County, very, very quickly.
Okay, so.
Everybody gets quiet.
Yeah. Everyone's quiet.
Yep. Incrimination. Oh, yeah.
You just gotta have plausible deniability. That was me.
Stop, because if you stop, it stops the recording, and then when we try to record, doesn't have like a pause.
Oh, yeah, fully correct.
Trying to find one of those. This has got connected.
Way to go, Tony.
What's the difference between unlawful?
Been counting.
Say that again?
What's the difference between unlawful and illegal?
I don't know.
One's a sick bird.
Oh, my.
That's funny. That's funny. You gotta admit,
Capture
that's
that
funny.
clip and save that to our county website. Yeah.
I know 100 of them. I know 100 of them.
So if we get real bored, we'll just look to you for some entertainment.
You know what they say, don't give up your day job.
He did do that, though.
Yes. Sometime when you have a lot of time, I'll tell you about the time I ushered it.
Okay, it is 6 p.m. We will call the county board regular meeting for 11:08 to order at this time. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Roll call shows 19 supervisors present, 2 absent.
Okay, this time I'd seek a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Bumeier approves. Is there a second? McGill seconds. Any discussion? Then we will vote. To approve, press green. Disapprove, press red. Ready?
19 yes, 0 no.
Any members of the public wishing to be heard? See any? Then we'll move on to the consent agenda, and I will seek a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Bishop, make that motion.
Okay, Bishop makes motion.
Erickson will second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, then we'll call the vote. To approve, press green. Disapprove, press red.
$19 yes, 0 no.
Okay. Move on to reports. Update on local assistance, tribal consistency funds. Mr. Schultz.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Randy Schultz. I'm the county administrator. I wanted to, I sent this letter out on October 5th to give you notification of us being able to receive these funds. The way we found out about it is actually Lori, our finance director, got an email. Then there was a webinar 2 days later. So things really moved fast with this. I've talked to you guys many times about being part of that administrative group. Nobody really knew what was going on. So we did do our due diligence, dug into it, listened to the webinar. And essentially what this is funds from ARPA. And if you have any federal lands within your county, you're eligible for these funds. If the minimum was 50,000, which is what we received for 2022 and 2023. Some counties received over $1 million. So that's the purpose of it. You can use it for anything except for lobbying. Cannot lobby, can't pay for anything. So my recommendation is to use this for expense that we did not realize we were going to have. We have somebody in the Eau Claire facilities, you kind of break down the costs there. So we put those funds towards that purpose. Again, it was revenue we didn't know we were going to receive, and it's an expense we didn't know we were going to have. So it seemed like a pretty natural fit. So any questions?
Just out of curiosity, Randy, what tribal lands do we have or federal lands do we have in the county?
I don't know. Does anybody know what federal lands we have in here? It must not be much because we only got to 50,000, but I don't even know. Do you?
Small chunks all over.
Is there? Supervisor Steele, there's small chunks all over. I wasn't even aware we had any.
Is that something, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
You're good.
I can't hear, so I can't hear anybody.
Oh, because you're clogged up?
For tonight, she'll be Jim Flater.
Is that something that we can get from maybe Doug or someone later, of like what we have?
Sure.
County,
Can we do it?
I'm
Okay.
curious as well.
Yeah.
The federal lands that we have are located around the Tom Louis Wildlife area. It's not much. So very, very few acres. I'm surprised we got any money.
Yeah, I can send that out to the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I contacted some counties up north because I know they don't have administrators or coordinators or was really, and the sum was quite high, so I wanted to make sure they knew about it. So we did, like I said, tried to spread the word because a lot of people didn't know about it. And you had to, I think at the end of the year, you had to say that you wanted the funds, so. What else?
All right. Move on to the video project.
Yeah, I'll have, Andy's gonna bring up a website. So this project is something I did in my previous county. It's a company called CGI. And what they do is they come into a community and they get sponsorships from local businesses. And they do promotional videos for the community, not for that particular entity that's getting advertising. But so here's an example from Lincoln County. If you look at it, they have several videos. I think normally you start out with like 4, maybe 5. But I was going to have him play just an example of like recreation and things to do. It's really geared for economic development, tourism, showing how great your community is and trying to draw people to your community. So that's the purpose of it. So if you just play that real quick.
With an abundance of captivating natural scenery, vibrant downtown areas, and tightly knit communities, Lincoln County is a place full of excellent opportunities and serves as a gateway to the North Woods. Offering over 100,000 acres of land available to the public, including well-maintained parks and open green spaces, Lincoln County provides trails perfect for bicycling and hiking. This includes an Ice Age trail stretching over 1,000 miles and listed as one of only 11 national scenic trails in the country. Several additional outdoor activities await, including areas boasting plentiful fishing and hunting, beautiful campgrounds, and serene lakes perfect for boating. Residents and visitors alike enjoy taking advantage of our top-quality golf courses, including the Edgewater and Merrill Public Golf Course, as well as several ATV and snowmobile routes perfect for outdoor adventure. We invite you to come witness firsthand the fun-filled memories and natural splendor that Lincoln County has to offer.
Lincoln County does not have an aquatic center, so I'm not sure where that came from in the video, but that's the first time I've seen it. So this is just an example. They'll work with the commerces, they'll work with tourism to do the videos. The videos are interchangeable. They can use them on their websites too. So it's just a program that WCA, I think, is the one that started this program years and years ago. So that's kind of the update on what it is and what it's for. Any questions?
I just have a quick comment. I think that that's an excellent idea as we try to attract people to Chippewa County to work here. and just, just to give them a good overview of what we have to offer. And I think that's a fantastic idea.
Thanks. Yeah, I was really impressed. I didn't know what the first time, obviously, I did it, but they brought in videographers from New York. I mean, they came in very professional, did good interviews with the community members and found out the best places to shoot and really worked with us to get the best videos you could. So, yeah, I was really impressed with their product. And then what they do is essentially they'll send out a letter to businesses and see if they want to advertise or do it, and that's how they make their money.
Any other questions?
Yeah, we don't have to put any money in. That's good.
Okay. All right, we will move on down to business items. Resolution 5622.
Resolution number 56-22, resolution to approve Chippewa County tax levy to be collected in 2023.
We're good.
Read by title only.
All right. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Okay, Teuteberg, the motion, McGill, second. Okay,
So this is the resolution that allocates our tax levy that we can collect it. Obviously, Thursday night was the opportunity to change the budget, and if anything changed with the tax levy, then obviously this resolution would have changed. But this is allocating the tax levy for next year. It's kind of step 2 to the budget.
questions? Okay. Hearing none, then we will go to the vote. Green to approve, red to disapprove.
Now
Ready?
you can- oh, yep.
We are now ready, I think.
Oh. To my screen. There it is.
There we go.
Hold on.
Oh,
The ad hoc committee.
I think we did. Your fingers.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, this is the wrong day to have voting issues.
Congratulations.
Huckleberg's fault.
There we go.
Okay. Now you can vote. And whenever you're ready.
19 yes, 0 no.
Okay, resolution passes. Move on to resolution 5722.
Resolution number 57-22, resolution to create the Community Well Drilling Project Ad Hoc Committee of the Land Conservation and Forest Management Committee. Now therefore be it resolved that the Land Conservation and Forest Management Committee hereby creates the Community Well Drilling Project Ad Hoc Committee to study, develop, and recommend to the Land Conservation and Forest Management Committee how to implement a community well drilling project. And be it further resolved that the membership of the Community Well Drilling Project Ad Hoc Committee shall include various groundwater experts such as a groundwater education specialist, a hydrologist, a DNR water supply specialist, and a Wisconsin Water Well Association representative, as well as representatives from towns in the county affected by nitrates in the groundwater. And be it further resolved that the mission of the Community Well Drilling Project Ad Hoc Committee shall be on the following: locating areas in the county that would benefit from a community well to provide safe drinking water for those affected by high nitrates in the groundwater, analyzing existing permitted non-transient, non-community wells to see if those wells could be utilized as refill stations. In the absence of existing wells, identifying locations to drill community wells in priority areas that will have the highest success rate of producing safe drinking water. And be it further resolved that the Community Well Drilling Project Ad Hoc Committee shall present its findings and recommendations to the Land Conservation and Forest Management Committee after completion of its mission, forwarded to the County Board by the Land Conservation and Forest Management Committee.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve?
Supervisor Bergeron motions to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Okay. Discussion.
I got Linda here to talk about this, the Land Conservation Forest Management Director.
Thank you. So as part of the ARPA project for the nitrate remediation that was approved earlier this summer, we were directed to identify ways to provide short-term relief for landowners who are in the high nitrate areas and having drinking water that they cannot drink. After discussing with several experts across the state, this idea, providing community refill stations for people to come to receive water, to procure water that they can bring back home for drinking and cooking in these areas that have the high nitrates. And so the first step into identifying these areas is to pass this resolution so we can form the committee to start coming up with some ideas. Any questions?
Who would approve the committee?
The Land Conservation Forest Management Committee would approve the committee.
Push your buttons for speaking. Buck?
Yeah, part of that says that they should come back and make a report, that ad hoc committee, make a report to the Land Conservation and Forest. I would also like to include the county board. I'd make a motion to amend it to include the county board on the report.
Okay. So the motion is to amend that the report would come back to the Land Conservation and County Board.
Okay, right there.
Is there a second to the amendment?
I'll second that.
Supervisor Sorsky seconds. Discussion on the amendment. Did you push again, Buck, or?
No, it's,
Oh, okay. Jason then.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I think where that element of the full county board, the recommendations will come back to the committee and they'll form said policy, which would then include coming through exec to get the funds approved because we were only allotted half of the original allotment of 500,000, and then to the county board. I'm missing what the county board would do with said report, given it's a committee policy to bring up through exec and then to county board. So I don't feel the committee is hiding anything. I just don't see what bringing a report to the full board before we have a final suggested policy would accomplish.
Anyone else wishing to speak? Buck?
I just feel that, the experts are making their judgment call. And the whole board ought to hear what the experts have to say about it. So,
Barry?
Wouldn't we still be able to look on the land conservation minutes for that report too, of having it come to the board? Because it would be in the minutes or the packet for the meetings too, right?
Yes, I believe it would. Annette?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I just want a clarification on the amendment. That would be to have just the report presented. Obviously, the board wouldn't have any decision-making because it would go through the committee, correct? It would just be an informational sort of thing?
It'd be an informational, educational type thing, yes. Because the action items would be through the committees.
Correct. Okay. Thank you.
normally we can, read the minutes, of the meetings, but the Land Conservation Department, the last 2 months, have not give out the packet for the minutes in the last 2 months' meetings, so I couldn't tell you how it was discussed or anything, so. I don't know if you're aware of that or not.
I guess I'm confused as to, we've been
Minutes?
putting it out on the website.
Okay,
I-
well,
Seems like she wants to say.
I can answer that question if
Becky
you give
can
me
answer
the
this
floor.
question, obviously. It's the technical issue.
So yes, the last two meetings, the agenda packet was was just posting the agenda summary instead of the full packet with all the attachments. I worked with the minute taker, the clerk, Joan, yesterday, and there was an update to the software. Something got unchecked. All of the agenda packets are now posted out there. We know what to look for going forward. She's got it on her radar, so it should be fixed.
Okay. Anyone else wish to speak on the issue? Ready with that amendment? Okay, we're ready. Okay, we'll be voting on the amendment then, which basically states it would be presented to the LCFM committee and the county board. And the report, yes. And so green to approve the amendment, red to disapprove. Release.
10 yes, 9 no.
Okay, amendment passes. Okay, back to the original resolution. Any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, then we will call the vote. Push the green button to approve and red to as amended. Nope, our technology is up and running. Okay, we can now vote on the amended amendment, or resolution. Okay.
Nineteen yes, 0 no.
Okay, resolution passes. Okay, we're going to the facility use policy revision, second reading.
I feel like the Packers, we're down a few people tonight, so I'm pitch hitting for Larry tonight.
So we're voting on this.
Yes.
So
Yep.
we need a motion.
Second reading.
Yep. So we'll need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Okay, Supervisor Hunt, second by
Berg seconds.
Berg. Okay,
I know Larry gave the highlights last time, but really this touches three areas. It removes the language that references the Chippewa County firearm range, obviously, update courthouse hours, which you approved, and then there's a small change for IT for some AV internet services in the conference room. I can try to answer any questions if you have them.
good. All righty. Seeing no further discussion on it, then we will call the vote to approve the second reading. Press the green button to approve, red button to disapprove. And we're ready.
19 yes, 0 no.
Okay. HR policy manual revisions, second reading.
We just need a motion and second.
Okay, we need a motion to approve.
Supervisor Bergeron motions to approve.
Is there a second?
Omar will second.
Omar, second.
So I got Tony, our HR director, here for the next two items.
All right. So the last meeting, I went through the three changes. They're very minor. The first one is to the courthouse hours of the HR policy manual. The overtime section was an oversight when we updated the paying out of comp time for hourly non-exempt employees. We needed to add some additional language. And then the third one is a typo that has been in the safety section of the manual for quite some time for the blood alcohol level. It had needed an extra 0. Those are the three changes.
Oh my God. They printed like 3/8 letters.
Dead.
Not sure where that blood level.
Any discussion? Once, twice. Okay, then we will call the vote. Green to approve, red to disapprove.
Why such a public place to work?
What's that?
What?
Wait, first to
Go ahead.
fifth, it's all 4.
But you,
Used to be
Okay.
1 out, what,
19 yes, 0 no.
that was up until
Okay,
15 years ago.
then we will move on to the new HIPAA policy. And I would seek a motion to approve.
Bishop will make that motion.
Official makes motion to approve, second.
Hunt, second.
Seconded by Supervisor Hunt.
All right, and so for these, I did not go through all of the policies in detail last time. I just talked a little bit about this memo. And really, the committee or the work group for the HIPAA policies brought forward one HR change, one HR policy change to the ID and access policy, some updates or revisions or brand-new policies for the IT policy manual, and then 5 HIPAA policies. And so all of these would go into effect, and as I shared last time, the next stage, there's several more policies that we would be bringing forward, and then we will be doing some training, because obviously employees aren't going to sit down and read HIPAA policies. A lot of them already get HIPAA training, but we'll be using the consultant to put together a more robust training program to make sure all new employees are getting training, and then we have some annual refresher training for specific employees that deal with HIPAA on a day-to-day basis, human services, public health.
Any questions? Okay, hearing none, then we will call the vote. Green to, oop,
Sorry.
let me push the button. What do we have? Mr. Bomar,
I think we maybe,
nope.
you're just getting too excited to vote.
getting ready to vote.
I had a heavy finger here.
Quick on the trigger.
Okay, so we'll go through it. Anybody wish to speak on the issue or any questions? Okay, seeing none, then we will call the vote. Green to approve, red to,
Locked in.
19 yes, 0 no.
new HIPAA policies are approved. All right, agenda items for future consideration. If you do have some, get them to me. Supervisor Hunt.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't know if many people were aware, but the girls' volleyball this year, Chippewa County had 3 teams that made it to the state level. And so we had Bloomer High School, we had Chi High that went for the first time ever. We also had McDonald High School. And I think, I think that this is something that's worth recognizing at a meeting. Obviously if others are interested in doing that as well, but I would think that I don't have the history books handy. I don't know if the clerk would, but it seems like it's a pretty rare occasion like that would happen, and I think we could recognize them. That would be great.
Okay, we have it down.
Awesome.
Yes, Supervisor Steele.
Yeah, I don't know if very many people on the board are aware that we have a supervisor now that's on a committee on the state level. So I would like to congratulate Carrie Ives on doing a great job and appreciate her stepping up.
Congrats on your award, too. Okay. All right, I would seek a motion to adjourn.
Erickson will make that motion.
Okay. Is there a second?
So seconded.
Then to adjourn. Red, if you want to stay along.
No.
You have something else?
So, yeah.
Your finger there.
See what happens? I get a little scared.
Yeah, Skate.
Now I don't want to touch it.
19 yes, 0 no.
Okay. We are adjourned.